video here on my channel. Today, um, today we're gonna go through how to start up a game as a minor country. Anyone works except Poland because they have a different tech tree that I like very much. Um, Other things I want to say is that this is the first video I'm making, but it's gonna come loads more. So tell me in the comments what you have difficulty with in this game, and I'll try to do a guide on it. But I see a lot of people don't actually know how to start up as a minor country. They probably don't even know the majors, but they seem to don't know how to play as efficiently as possible as a minor. So if you have never played this game before, you probably should check out one of my other videos if I have uploaded any, because they probably go through more basic stuff. This is basic if you have played at least once or twice before. Then this video is good for you. And even if you played a lot of games, this may even give you some reconsideration when you're picking what text to choose and other stuff if you're a minor. Things I would recommend you choose is Brazil, because they have a lot. Things you look for if you're new is how to expand, and Brazil has loads of different options if you want to expand all around and unite with South America. The other one I would recommend is Turkey, because Turkey has a same thing. They can take over Saudi, Iraq, Iran, and this little France bit, and they unite the Mediterranean. I think it's Mediterranean. I'm not actually sure. I think this is Mediterranean, and that's cool. So, but you can always. And why I wouldn't choose Iraq or Iran or Saudi is because I've done all of those four, and Turkey is the best of them. You will know why if you try to. You will know the difference in Turkey. Yes, go for Turkey. They are super good in comparison, and they have an extra research slot because they're in the Europe, and that doesn't Brazil has, so that's a good point to pick Turkey. The other one I would recommend is also in Europe, and that's Sweden. I'm a bit biased because I'm Swedish, but they have good infrastructure, and they have neighbor cities that they can conquer. Both Norway and Finland are easily conquered in the early game, and that's one I'm gonna choose right now because I played a lot of it, and I have played a lot of this game. I want to show you the games I'm going right now. I'm doing all of these games right now, and you see 1942, 1943, 1942, 1943, 1946. I've removed every game I do when I'm done with it, so that's why it doesn't seem like I have a lot of them. But trust me, I know how to play this game, and I would like to teach you all how to play it also. So let's begin. And I'm playing on regular. I can play on veteran. I have beat the game on veteran, yes. But as a minor, I feel like going regular is it's so much easier going regular. Okay, what to do in the beginning? There's loads of things you have to do in the beginning, and the first thing I always do is choose the tech tree. Go focus tree, national focus, focus tree, and there are loads of options that are possible. And I've seen people go opening army effort, aviation, naval, industrial, and political effort first, but always open political effort first. You see, you get 120 political power. That's super good. Open it first every single time. If you're a minor, it's always worth. The next thing we want to do, because we're not at war, we don't need to focus on military stuff yet, so that's why we're going directly to the industry tab that's furthest to the right, and going both machine tools and construction one. If I had to choose one, I would choose this one. This one is better than this one. And the third one, I've seen most people go the third one, this one, but I think that's a stupid idea, because that only gives research time -2, and I get so mad when I see people going this one into this one. Look, this one takes 95 days and it gives -2% research time, and this one gives -3 for 237 days. That's insane how long that takes just to get -5 research time. What I do is I go to the land doctrine. Okay, this takes a lot of time too, but you have to begin with it because otherwise you can't be done. These fours are, it's super easy the choice for me. There are two in this tree that are good. The mass assault one is super good, and the superior fire one is overpowered and should be nerfed because it's broken as fuck. Okay, but because I have no manpower, and mass assault allows me to get 5% if I choose the right side, I'm going to go down the mass assault, choose the right side, never choose the left side, never choose the left side, and go down, get the 5% recruitable population, and then go for the last one just because. So that's what we're gonna do with the last. Oh shit, what? Oh, I didn't choose this one. Okay, next things. Free civilian factories. This does. When I was new, I thought this meant that I could build civilian factories for free. This doesn't mean that. I thought that, so I'm just saying that. That means that you have civilian factories that are not working on anything, that are just there. So what you're gonna do if you wanna build 2 civilian factories in the beginning, put them wherever you want. I like to put them in the north if I'm Sweden, and then you can put 2 military. Put the civilian first because they allow you to build other things quicker and more of them. So if you put them first, these 2 will go a bit quicker. But if you put these 2 first, you would just get a little bit more equipment because you get them out quicker. Okay, free military factory. Because I'm Sweden, I start with towed artillery. That means I want to use the last one for that, so I have one of those. If you don't start with towed artillery, put another one in equipment. So that's the beginning. Let's start. And another thing you have to do is you have to always go for reinforcements and put them on 3 and train the most above unit, and 2 of those because I didn't have no manpower. And the location, always have a location in your capital if you can. And if you know you're done right because you can hover over this thing and it will highlight the area which is in. Which is because if I'm at war with someone like Norway and they push for my capital, I can deploy units that are instantly on my capital and there to defend. So now I need to group up my military. So how I do that personally is I choose every single one, I scroll through it like this. Oh, whoops, come on, why aren't you scrolling? Oh, well, they don't want to scroll. I press on this change division template and I choose everyone on the most above one, because that one is better than the cavalry and the bottom one. So yeah, that, and then I go them into an army, choose an officer. What you're looking at in an officer is the most skill as possible, but you also have to look into these 2. They both have a medal, so it's hard. You have to choose. This one it's better in hills and this one is out of supply. That means that this one is better, because out of supply, that's hard to get. That if you're out of supply, it's hard getting supplies. So getting that -5%, it's always cool. I'm planning to go to war with Norway. That's why I'm setting up all my units on the Norway's border. If I'm not planning to go to war, you can click on your army, press S to select half of your units, press on the front line, press on like Finland if I wanted to border, control left click. That means half of the units will change from this to this. Now I'm going to go to war with Norway, so I won't do that, but if I wouldn't do that. Fascist supporter, go for fascist supporter if you're going any country, go fascist supporter in the beginning. Choose the younger generation, because that will help you speed things up. Now you go for industrial effort after that, and you speed up. This is because this times perfectly into when basic machine tools is finished. This one will exactly on 1 day before this one will be finished. And that's super cool that we timed that so well. So that okay, and I should move these back. So I remove this front line, press that, and control left click, and everyone will move back and automatic deploy on this order. And one thing, if you're doing an offensive order, this is a quick tip. Always do a short, maybe even this small on the other side of a country. Because if you, and how you check, you can check that and put aggressive on. Because if you're fighting okay, quick tips here again. If you're fighting a minor nation, have it on 3. If you're fighting a major like Germany, have it on 2. If you're fighting defensively, have it on carefully. If you're defensive, okay, yeah. Why I have it so small is because it's easier for me to see what's happening. If I remove this one and have a line that's like this, it's hard to see what's going on. You see, I can't really tell what's happening. So then it's much easier to have a short line here, and they all move to that line. but you can it still works out perfectly fine, I promise. This is how they will move. You check it by hovering over this arrow, and you will see it appears red. Oh, pause. Red means that the AI is trying to move the divisions to that position, and green means they have occupied that position and it's secured from all enemies. So if you understand that, if not, I can write it in the comments if you ask. So we'll speed on again, and right now, oh shit, yeah, now it's, I thought I forgot. Okay, now go. If only, okay, I'll say this: if you're not pro, and I mean pro, if you're not experienced, go concentrated all the time. If you know what you're doing, I can teach you at a later date a more uh, harder tactic, or more. It's not harder, but it's more complex, and it's just it's a niche. It's the word that you use dispersed instead of concentrated, that I use sometimes in multiplayer. But because I am a multiplayer, I mostly play multiplayer, so this, all the things I'm teaching you can be used single player, and I'm using them single player, but I've learned this through multiplayer, and this is multiplayer tactics. That's a disclaimer I maybe should have put in the beginning, but hey. Okay, modify government. Now you should go for theorist, cause theorists are good. Let you stack up on all of your experience. You need experience later. Okay, now when the construction, and what I did here, I moved all of my fleet into one base that's usually my capital, and merge them with this button you see top here, by the X, and then I choose a commander for them. This is so I have because the commander thing is that 4 means that they have, you see here it says plus 20% naval hit chance, fleet coordination plus 7%. That's different for infantry, but it means that everything in this fleet is that much better at those things. So that's why I merge everything into one. And now when I'm done with that, you have loads of options now. I can see you going down this one because it doesn't take that long, but in this case I'm going electronic, not because I like the electronic, but because it leads to one of my favorite research thing is the radio. It gives 5% reinforce rate, which is super good. It's hard to get reinforcement up. It's how you do it is the Lang doctrines and radio. I don't think it can, and maybe some generals, but you have to prioritize things. And Rhineland leadership purge in Soviet, that means they did the Great Purge. So yeah, that's standard. Okay, now here comes a bit of what I think is where many people can go wrong. In this case, I almost always open Army Effort 1, which gives me double research time for the next one of these. But I've timed this perfectly, so this one will be finished, and I will start on this one 3 days before I think the tech is finished. This is because then I can start the next research without using my double time. You want to save the double times for later with more important stuff. So that's why I'm doing it. But if you need the next one now, you maybe want to wait a few extra days to get the double time now. But because I'm not needing it right now, I think that's much better idea. Games are concluded, not very important. I know I'm going to do a guide for every single major and how to play every single major, start every single major, and at least including Poland. They are not a major, but they have a tech tree that I want to show you guys, and I'm also going to do a special, I think, tips and tricks how to survive the German onslaught, because I've done that in multiplayer 2 times, and it's cool when I succeed. Reinforcement, I don't think I've talked about this. Always put the reinforcement on 3 and have upgrades on 2. This is because what this does is that the AI prioritizing using your manpower. Okay, we're choosing rather than the communist, right? Yeah. Okay, we should do that. They prioritize the AI prioritizing reinforcing your existing divisions instead of producing new ones. What this means for you is that your organization, which is the green bar here, is gonna be higher than if you had it here, but you're gonna have less divisions in the field. This is very, very worth it, I think, at least. See, it's so perfect timing. Okay, well, it's because if you build a load of okay, now if this comes up, that means UK don't like you. Just pick, we'll trade with who we like, cause you're going fascist, you don't care about them. Now you're going army effort. You can go down equipment effort, cause that one is cool. You can go down all of these three. I think it's bad idea to go down motorized until the mid game. But what you're gonna do now is you're gonna continue down construction effort, cause you really want to go come as soon as possible. You want to get this extra research slot, which is always useful. Okay, now I've done that. Now I'm going to get the radio, and it's gonna go 2% quicker, cause yeah, I got 2% minus. That's always okay. What's happening here? Oh, I forgot something. This is a cool tip. If you go into your navy, but I merge. This is another reason why I merge, and you just have to rename it to something you can remember. I just do fleet, cause that's super easy to remember. And then what you do is you go into production, choose your ship that you want, and you switch to unlimited. The ships that you want to have in your fleet, in my case it's only the destroyer, you press on the auto button and you switch it to fleet. This means that in case this fleet is out and killing Norwegians, and this one deploys, it will follow it and as a join them, and that's cool. And this one you switch to another one. Switch from auto to anything. I like it having here on Gothenburg, because and it can't deploy because I have no manpower. If you were wondering, it's okay. It's nothing broken. Now it's pretty hard, because here you can go a lot of different routes. You can go captain of industry, which speeds up that, but I'm almost done with all of them, so I don't think that's a nice good idea. Instead, I think I'm going to go limited conscription. I think that's a better idea. I said I was gonna use this arm experience, but I'm gonna use it later, because I want to do it all at the same time, so I can yeah, put it in one clip, because I'm gonna edit it out. You probably already noticed it because you're watching the video, and but I can't edit it while I'm recording, so I'm going to do it all at the same time, so it's easy. See, here spawned a sub, and this one is going to get a new leader like this, and it's gonna rename it to subs. Now instead of oh, so only traitors. This one is one of the coolest things about going fascist. If you read, you get support of fascist support, you get less national unity, which is no problem because I have 90, and you get 0.2% population that gets recruitable, and that's cool. Now you do the same thing with the subs. When you have at least one, you switch them to spawn on the subs instead of the yeah. So in case these are in the field, they will still spawn and follow them out as standard. And right now, another one of those finished, and we continue down infrastructure. Oh, somebody is UK is justifying against us. It's because, yeah, Swedish intervention. Just as I thought, it's no problem. They're probably not gonna join us, because if I become fascist, I need to rush the fascists, because if I join Axis, they will not declare on me, and if they still declare on me, they will not have that much success. I think, at least. I don't think so, at least. One thing why I love going Swedish too, and not the other two Nordic countries, that's because they start with these three. They start with an awesome setup that's as good as the Germans. I think it's as good as the Germans, at least. And now, when we're justifying and I get 15, maybe I should choose, because I maybe don't have time later. Maybe I don't have the time. Well, I'm going to wait a bit more. I really don't want to choose everything now. I want to do it at the same time, and I need I think 30 or 35. Okay, so what's happening? Not much really right now. It's Spanish Civil War. The Republicans got crushed. That's usually what happens. It's normal. But now we go concentrated in industry 2. We need the industry to be as good as possible, and I really do think that this is another thing. I think Nerve can concentrate an industry and do it so you in Disperse do it so they're less vulnerable. This should do so they're more vulnerable. I don't get it why it's on normal. It should be, it should switch, I think. And now in this case I'm okay. You see I have two left here. I can go that one into that one, but I don't think that's a good idea. I need the army experience, and the 1x research for land docking is nice, so I'll choose that one instead. I think that's a better idea. Oh, see, they're not justifying against me anymore, and they're probably not gonna go to war with me. So yeah, so it's no problem if that happens to you when you're going fascist. Okay, now you're done with the radio. Now you want to research the fighter 1, because you fighters is broken as shit. They're not OP, but still they're broken. I don't know how they should nerf. I think they should be nerfed. I've talked to friends that play, and they don't think it should be nerfed, because fighters in itself isn't OP. It's that fighters provide air superiority, and air superiority provide. With no air superiority you can't nuke, and how you nuke is you press here, but you need 75% air superiority, and that's where the fighters come in. They provide the air superiority, and the nukes destroy all the organization. Organization is how good a unit fights. Top organization means unit is on its can fight super good. And if you nuke them, they go down to 0, and that means they can't almost defend themselves. So then you can just push in, take their land. So that's why fighters are broken. It's not fighters, it's the nukes that come with the fighters. You understand. So end of the Spanish Civil War. Around, yeah, usual. Let's try that. Go partial mobilization. Okay, if you want, you can also go industrial concern. That's the two you have to. You can choose between those two, if I said that right. Go infrastructure 2 into, and because we really want that extra research slot. So what you do now is you can add 1 infantry, and you also want to add artillery. Can I add more? Yes, I can add more. And I want to add 1 more arty, really. Arty. And on this space I'm going to save, because I really want to put an anti-tank on that one. Anti-tanks are super awesome versus tanks, you realize. But we don't give such a negative bonus to organization, weight and logistics, so that's why I put them in, even though I'm not facing tanks. Because, yeah, they're awesome anyway. We provide a bit of piercing, we provide loads of piercing, and that's good versus tanks. And more infantry weapons, we need infantry weapons, and we need towed artillery. You all only need 1 of support equipment until you declare the war or be declared on, because support equipment ain't good in peacetime, but weapons and artillery are. So that's why I'm focusing on that stuff. Hopefully you're following me step by step here, and hopefully at least, because this is shit. This is important. And I'm really disappointed at YouTubers, especially, that don't manage to do these simple things. Like, if I see anyone open with this one and going to this one, I really think they don't know what they're doing. Because that's wasting like a year of research into nothing. They have to focus on industry, and you have to focus on stuff that actually do something, because it's tempo. If I am playing 1v1 against you, and think of Sweden here and think of another Sweden down here, they're exactly as good, but you're going that and I'm going what I'm doing, I'm going to crush you, because you're wasting time doing stuff that's not important right now. You can do that later. You can always do that later when you, because I mean this going down here is good in the late game, because that means you can get nukes faster. But in the early game you don't want to waste that time. You really need the precious time on other things. Fascist, okay, I haven't talked about this at all. Fascism is much better than communist. Except your name is China, because China starts with 5 million manpower on volunteer only, and they don't need the manpower that you get from going fascist. So in that, okay, I can show you the difference. If you go here, collective ethos, that's what I'm going to go down. You can choose between nationalism or internationalism. The left one gives you 7% manpower and minus 10% on the training time. The right one gives you loads of political power, which alone maybe can fill out all your thingies that you need, that are important at least. So yeah, that's absolutely. So this is for now. If you need something now, go this side. But if you need the manpower, which I need, go there. What I'm saying is manpower versus political power. And that's a choice that can for some people be tough to make, but for me it's easy. Manpower is precious, and manpower cannot be gained very easily. It's very hard to gain manpower, and one of the only ways to do it is to lift this conscription, but you can only lift it until scraping the barrel, and when you're on scraping the barrel, which happens almost every game, if not every single game, you cannot go down, because the way you go down, it's you lose, you can't, you will never be in the position where you can go down, not even in peacetime. You need to stay up there, and that's why that's why this is important, because this is the one that gives you the elections. But if you really want a civil war, go that one. But no, don't do that, I'm just kidding. Go the bottom one all the single time, because that makes you fascist. And now when I'm fascist, you can start doing shit that you want to, like declaring war on these guys. I don't have a political power. Just have to wait a bit. So declare. What? Why am I in war with the? Huh. I didn't think I would. What are they? They are not. Oh, they're guaranteed, but I'm just justifying. What this? This has never happened to me ever. I've never seen this happen. They're justifying on me. Oh, that's because of that. I think it's because of the tech that they went down. The British. So this usually doesn't happen, and if it happens, you should probably restart. But I won't, cause I want to show you the last things. I don't really care about winning the war. Ah, yes, nice. They want me to join the Axis. Cool. This is maybe gonna go fine then. Huh. Okay, what am I not taking? Okay, fighters I need to do, and convoys. I'm not doing convoys, so add convoys and add fighters. So now I've added those things. Now we can start destroying them. And when we have, and we, yep, I'm going to join that. Oh shit, I'm not at war actually with Norway, because I'm still justifying. I didn't think about that. Okay, so people are trying to kill me. That's okay. I think I can deal with it. I just have to defend myself until I can. Yep. Now we have. Oh yeah, give me all your divisions. Okay, I can show. I wanted to show you in a quick tips and tips video that's like 5 minutes long, where I cut on loads of tips and tricks. I'm not going to show you one how to do one thing right now. I'm gonna save that. But okay, what you're gonna I think I'm going to end it very soon, but what you're doing now is you go down collective nationalism down to paramilitarism, and when you're down there, that's the early game. Now you're done with the early game and you're in the mid game. It's 1939 and you're gonna prepare for war. Until then, build loads of factories, both civilian and military, and try to build a strong military. So I think that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.